Afternoon, YouTube. Well, time for another update. Well, I'm going to try something different today and let the camera stay still while it's recording and show off my brachadis and their 3-week fry. Quick fill-in about this pair I've got is I purchased them from LPS, which is now shut down in my town, and they were in the tank for a week, had a spawn, and that spawn that they had was eaten once they became 1 week of free swimming. But then they spawned immediately after they'd ate them, and this lot came along. These guys are now 3 weeks old, the free swimmers, eating very well, heartily eating varieties of powder foods, live baby brine shrimp I should say, and whatever excesses the parents aren't interested in. Well, so what's new in the fish room today? I was going to be getting another stand from the LPS that shut down, but the fellow decided he wants to keep it all, so we'll see what happens there. Maybe they might change their mind later on, but that's not a big problem for me. I'm happy to deal with whatever happens. So I went and had a look at some other stand options in metal racking, which aren't too dear, so that'll be what's going to happen on my shopping list at some point soon. As I mentioned in one of my other videos, I've got a laptop on the way now, so it'll be about 5 or so weeks away and I'll have it up and running. We'll be able to start doing some proper video editing and decent videos for you guys and get the audience's approval. So please do bear with me on that. Well, apart from the stands, my installation's come to a halt at the moment. Not that it's really a big issue. The fish room's only costing $50 a month to run in power alone, so I'm not too stressed over that. I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. That's nothing. It's just shrapnel. So to finish off the installation, it's about another 20 square meters of poly, and that will be just put to the ceiling. Once that's done, I've just got a couple of basic things to do to the door to stop heat transfer through the metal garage door. Other than that, I'm looking at heating options instead of individual heaters for all the tanks. I'm not quite sure how or which way I'm going to go with this, but more than likely if I can get the prices good and insulated nicely, just have probably a 1.5 kilowatt heater in here and just let it run the entire room to ambient air temperature, and then bit by bit start pulling the heaters, or not pulling them out, I should say turning them off, setting them down to maybe just on 20 or 19 degrees possibly to kick in the vital tanks that are necessary, and in the ones that the higher temps aren't needed, I'll just let it sit to ambient air temperature like a lot of the other people do. Airline system, all the parts have purchased and ready. I'm just waiting for money to be freed up once this laptop's been dealt with. It was a nice expensive bill. Other than that, I have got some adjustments to do. I've managed to pick up some rescue fry that I've had to deal with. I'm just trying to remember how to pronounce the species name. It's one of the Malawi. K-E-N-Y-I-A, I believe. Got 6 of them, I believe it is. They look like they're about 8 to 9 weeks old. So I've got them in my tank, right behind me, which is running. Actually, there's stuff I'll show you guys. There they are there. There's also a lone guppy fry that came with them somehow, which I'm yet to pull out. Hold on, that looks like... Yes, 7 in there. 7 of them. And back again. My 32 gallon's got guppy fry in it now from the guppies I got from a subscriber on here, as well as from a friend of mine. So far the project with that is to become a bit of a line breed side on them. I've always wanted to experiment with line breeding and see how well I can go at it, and I'm going to give that a bit of a practice. And as I go, I'll take a couple of chronological data collections with videos for you guys on that. Swap the camera around a wee bit. Here are some of the background on that tank will look pretty bad because it's actually just stuck on paper. There are they. There's some of the golden finnex now getting a bit bigger. You won't really see the colour. This phone just does not zoom in and show the colour that well. Not on them. They have been taken out of their original spawning tank that they were first hatched in and given their own one to grow out. These guys here, once I've just got another tank coming up to heat soon, I'll be swapping the parents out from here at some point soon. Let the fry be in peace and give the parents a bit more space from this tank, and I'll give them a longer tank. My plans that I was going to do with the pistogramma and breeding, I've held back on just at the moment. I really wanted to do it, but the last week's kind of become quite hectic. Had to cover for some apprentices who, let's just say, young kids nowadays are a little bit softer sometimes than you'd like. So I had to go and cover for them because they didn't want to do night shift. I know we do a 12-hour day as a builders, and then go and do night shift's a pretty big slog, but sometimes jobs have to be done, so you just go and do them. So I've had a busy week with that. So hence why I haven't really had the time to deal with the mating rituals of the male and female trifasciata. I want to be there to go through with it to make sure it all goes well, no injuries, because it's not too easy to replace pistogrammus in New Zealand, and I don't want to go through that again. My top two 11-gallon tanks, which you guys will know from a couple of other videos, they've had bits of driftwood placed in now, and leaves dropped in there, and they're starting the process of being started up, which is exciting news for me, because then that frees up another 2 tanks for other spawning options, which is I'm really looking forward to. I've completely cleaned out my 32-gallon of tetras that were in it, which is, so you guys know, the 32 gallons where the guppies are. I put the tetras into my 50-gallon, and from a 50-gallon taken the bristlenose male out, which is massive, and put him in with the guppies. And at some point I shall attempt to do some tetra spawning, which will also get chronologically done. So what else can we discuss? At some point I wouldn't mind doing a live stream with you guys one day, setting one of them up. Probably wait till I got my laptop sorted out before I do that. Just have a general catch up with a few people if they're interested. If so, comment on this video and I'll sort something out at some point. Other than that, the fish room's just ticking along. I've got another tank I'm going to be putting in here soon from the house. I have my 50-gallon Asian biotype, which is of course blackwater as well. I'm thinking of bringing that in here, and instead of doing a small marine tank, I'm going to probably do a 50 to 75-gallon marine tank in the house, which is going to be a lot more user-friendly and usable for me, which I can't wait for. Oh, hold on. This is quite entertaining. The male Bracciardi is having a go at that little tiny killie. Oh, it does pick up that colour alright. Yes, that male definitely wants to go through that glass and have a nice debate with that wee golden finnex. Oh well, good on him. He can try as much as he wants. I don't think he's strong enough to get through some glass. Um, Technicalities and things that have gone wrong at the moment in the fish room. There's actually, I've had one death. One of the guppies, females that I had, just dropped and died. I have no clue why. Nothing's changed in water parameters. Temps are stable. Nothing's gone wrong. She just up and died, which was a bit bizarre. But, keep an eye on the tank and watch. The fry are going fine in there. The other guppies are hyper and nothing wrong with them. It's actually a bit sad because I don't like losing fish. What else can we think about? I'm going to have a spare tank soon because the only thing that's in here, in that one, is 3 Batis. Scarlet Batis. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with that. The tank is kind of be useful for some spawns. Oh, of course the Batis will stay in there, but I'm kind of wanting to set up a biotope and try and spawn them. But it looks like the female that I thought was a female is actually going to be a male. So we've got 3 males in there. So I've got to try and find some more of them and try and get some females. That shouldn't be too hard to do. My harlequins have been spawning profusely in the 50-gallon biotope in the house. They're constantly spawning. So are my imbotetras. They're dropping eggs quite readily, but of course pistogrammas eat them like lightning, and if anything ever makes it, well, that's the end of that. Other than that, that's about really it. My female discus is starting to get used to being scratched on the, well, I shouldn't say scratched, pat on the head. I can put my finger in now and she'll let me rub her head, which is quite cool. But, yeah, well, that's a 12-minute video, so I'm just going to wind it up now and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching and I'll keep you guys updated. Max Fishroom out.